This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
Ka-chow. I don't know why I did that. I don't feel very ka-chow. It just felt like I should.
Stay consistent, Alex.
Yeah.
Have to stay consistent. This is Sports Stuff Betting Stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming to sports stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host, the original degenerate, Muff.
Hello, Muff.
Folks,
Hello.
folks. Joined alongside the Ohio Homer, the Ohio degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
Hi.
He's here. He's here. And last, certainly not least, the medical degenerate and the other half of the original degenerate crew, Alex.
That's me, the loser of the season, probably.
The week, potentially the season, doom and gloom in the Alex world.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't really want
just gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave it there.
to. Yeah, I don't really want to. Can't kick him while he's
I'm
down.
not gonna pile on. All right, I was gonna go. We're gonna go over last week's best bets as usual. Go into our specialty picks, and then go into the very, very limited slate of this upcoming weekend and early part of next week. Before we get into this week's specialty picks and head off with a payday. But before we get into that, let's make sure we introduce our tokens, our totems, our items of good luck, and let us start this week with Jim.
I have the Ohio State hat with the flag of Ohio on the brim. Hey, you
Done.
can get upset about it, brother, but we are in the national championship game on Monday.
Oh no, we're just in the national championship.
Yeah, remember, because you're not allowed to say the.
That's true, but I can say whatever the fuck I want. The national
I
championship
don't know if
game.
that's entirely true either. Don't
Well,
pump the brakes.
let them chase me.
Pump the brakes. You're gonna end up like Chiefsaholic here, buddy. You
Yeah,
just do and say whatever you want. You work at a bank. Remember this.
that's true. You're right.
All right, Alex, what do you got?
I don't have one. You know why? Because the last time I've been trying to find the one that works, nothing works. So we're gonna see if just saying F it, I am my own good luck charm works. I am my own totem.
You are your own item of good luck.
Life has come, the season has come full circle. I have become the totem.
Okay, here we go. Alex is his own totem, and mine is my West Virginia conductor's cap, straight from Topper Thrift. Open back up for the spring. Get all of your thrifting needs at Topper Thrift on the campus of West Liberty University. I guess we still have to shout out our exclusive betting app for the season, FanDuel.
Vandal,
Bando.
you're welcome. I gave you a lot of money last week. Vandal.
You know, and maybe you guys have discovered this, but I discovered this with a friend who, and it wasn't
It's
Noah.
okay to experiment.
Yeah, hey, thanks. But um, the more you bet, and not just dollars, but the bets that you put in, they offer you more promotions.
The frequency. Yeah, frequency plus dollars is their formula.
And like I feel like that's not cool.
Well, they're going to, it's like a reward. Like, hey, you're spending
But
money
like
with
why didn't they tell you that? Like shouldn't that
us.
they should tell you up front?
I don't know if that's part of the underlying strategy that they are forced to tell you about.
I just feel like they're like that's withholding information.
It's their business model.
I
Don't
guess.
don't know if it's something that they have to share.
I just feel like they're like because if I knew that, I would have bet more often.
Would you? I feel like you bet more often than both Alex and I.
No, no. I think you guys bet
No.
more. I think you guys bet more than I do.
Uh,
I stop at football season. I'm done. You
well,
guys
yeah,
bet,
overall throughout the year, yes.
right.
In football season, you take the cake, buddy.
But do you guys bet? You guys bet on basketball right now, don't you?
Not
I
right
don't get into
now.
that.
Oh, okay.
Just not yet.
Yeah. I got these two guys that I have, they bet on basketball right now. They even bet on hockey. and they're getting all kinds of stuff. And
I have like a good bonus, like a 30% profit boost, and I'm actually like just sitting around, might watching the game. I might bet like an NBA or an NHL game, but
gotcha.
on a regular basis right now, no.
I have one friend who I think at some point we should get on the podcast who bets on tennis.
But he said pets.
Yeah,
Kind of
bets
sounds
on
like
tennis. Has bet on cricket. Um, I'm pretty sure this guy would bet on anything.
I don't even think I would
But
know what to do to bet on.
I believe we call that a degenerate, Jim.
Yeah, he is the quintessential, and we should have him on sometime.
Hey, you're the one at the beginning of this football season said you had
Well,
people clamoring, and nobody aside from Noah clamored onto the show.
well, I don't want to necessarily mix business with personal, but this guy, he's in the running to get on the show, and Moff, I think you'd have a field day.
In what way?
Just the analytical part of this guy,
Yeah.
you would have a field day.
As in he is very
Anyway,
analytical.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Anyway, back to FanDuel. FanDuel, you're ripping me off.
If you know the business model, Jim, you know how to take advantage of it now.
I guess.
All right. Last week we didn't have a lot to bet on, but Alex and I tried mightily to make the most we could out of what we had, and it led to less than stellar performances, more so for Alex than me. And Jim winds up atop the tree this week at 2-0, taking away Jim.
I hit the Packers, or I hit the Eagles -4.5. I got the Packers, and I won the Ohio State -5.5 versus Texas.
I mean, you and others won.
What you asked me what I won? That's what I won.
Make sure that you're not the only one that won that one.
Hmm.
Jim is 2-0 now. Total record 74-69 for a 517 winning percentage. I came in second place last week. I was 3-3, bringing my overall record to 71-60 for a 542 winning percentage. My wins were I took Ohio State to cover 5.5 versus Texas. I took the Eagles to cover 4.5, hosting the Packers, and I took the Rams plus the points, sort of kind of hosting in Arizona the Vikings to offset my losses of Penn State not getting plus 1.5 against Notre Dame, the Chargers not covering in any sort of way against the Texans, and Commanders Bucks not going over 50.5. 3-3 for the week. Alex,
Well, I shat the bed with one victory at the Eagles -4.5 for Packers, and I lost Chargers -2.5 at the Texans, the Broncos +8.5 of the Bills, the Vikings -1.5 at the Rams, and both my college football games because I took Penn State +1.5 and the over in the Texas Iowa State game. So that brings my winning percentage to 0.508.
all right, just because I was curious, did a little recon from last year of where our winning percentages were going into the Super Bowl. I don't think we counted anything in the Super Bowl towards these winning percentages. I don't have any notes indicating that. So last year, Alex's winning percentage was atop the list at 556. I was in second with 496, and Jim was in third last year with 434. So we're all above 500. Alex is the only one of the three that has not improved, but still above 500.
I think that would be an overall improvement for the show if we could say like last year we did not, and this year we did all go above 500.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
would be. I'm pumped about that if we get there.
Yeah. Some quick, just because I mean, I think about this. Nobody's really called us out on it, but also looking at units, using we'll say traditionally a -110 line. I would say most of our bets are probably in the -105. Ugh,
Bless you.
bless me. -105 to -115. So we're just going to average that at 110. If we're going to use that formula, Alex would be down 4.2 units.
Hmm.
I would be up 3.9 units,
Pin a rose on your nose.
and Jim would be down 2.4 units. We use that as our guide. So for some people, that makes a difference. So that's what it is, if anybody ever wants to know. Next, we get into our specialty picks, starting first with the Mike Allstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, pow.
It was a winner as we took the Eagles to cover 4.5, hosting the Packers, bringing the hit stick pick to 12 and 8 for the year, an improvement over last year as it was 10 and 11.
There we go.
Next in the Midwest Mobster Risky Pick of the Week.
Get out of here.
We took a loss. We took a
Mhm.
loss in this one as we took Penn State money line against Notre Dame. That was the loss, and that brings the risky pick to 8 and 12 for the season. Uh, I don't think we're ever going to touch what we did last year. Last year was 14 and 5. That I don't that's going to be a tough one to come close to again in my opinion.
Yeah, in risky pick world for sure.
Yeah. Next in the sell the nutting team Bob parlay,
Huh.
Uh,
it was a loser again. We had wins of the hit stick pick for the Eagles minus 4.5 and a high state to cover 5.5, offset by the losses. We had Chargers minus 2.5, I think, believe was my pick, and Alex had Ohio State, Texas over 53.5.
Say we would win it this week. Is that more impressive or less impressive?
are we doing
Uh,
it this week? I thought that was
I
the
don't.
last one.
yeah, it's gonna be
I
tough.
suggested it be last one. I was just kind of like more curiosity, like is having less options more impressive or less impressive?
I
Hmm.
think it makes it more impressive because you only have so much to choose from.
I
That
think it
makes
would be less impressive because now we know, like, we, I think the teams that we know are going to win are in. Like, we know these teams pretty well.
Yeah, but so do the books.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
They also have more information, and I feel like they are more lethal with more information than we are, given
That's fair.
given our records.
it have
Yeah.
more lethal weapon, clearly.
Yeah. So I do want to say that this, since we're retiring the Sell the Nutting Team Bob parlay,
Oh,
that others have taken up the mantle. There is, I saw in a news report, there is I we'll call it an organization, a group of people that have bought a billboard and have asked again for the Nuttings to sell the team. So other people are taking up this mantle for us now. It's okay for us to retire.
we did our part.
We played our role.
We've done what we can to help out. All right, that brings us into this week's games. Again, limited slate moving forward. In NFL on Saturday, we've got the Texans at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 8.5. Over under 41.5 points. It is. I feel like this is the time where it's tough to bet against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I
'Cause
mean, I like that 8.5. You know what I mean? I don't, the Chiefs' performance would make me want to take the Texans with the points, but the Chiefs still win. But I
I'm
mean, I'm
saying this
not.
is the time whenever I feel like the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know that. I don't agree with that. I don't. I think they're not bulletproof, but I'm not going to go against the Swift machine. Like I think they will win. I don't think that they cover, but I'm not putting my money on that. So I'm going to stay away.
we stay on all sides of this and not bet it.
Yep.
That sounds like exactly what you just did. You
Yep.
picked a side and you said, but I'm not going to bet it.
No.
Um, I mean, I'm not going to go anywhere near this game either. If I were to lean, I'd lean the Chiefs to cover, but no confidence.
Alex?
I probably wouldn't. I don't feel super great about either of the lines there, the spread, I should say. Maybe the over 41 and a half.
Yeah, that's not a bad
I could
take
see some
either.
exciting stuff happening possibly. But
All right. Next, we have the Commanders at the Lions.
bum, 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 bum. Sorry, Lions, I have to
Thank
do
you.
them twice at least.
You're good. Lions minus 8.5, over under 55.5.
I mean, I'm taking the Lions.
Alex,
I'm taking Lions.
you guys are all aboard. Choo choo choo. The Lions train. Lions are getting back David Montgomery. I believe they're getting back Terry and Arnold as well. I think he's in their defensive backfield. So they're getting some of those pieces back that had been lost to injury. I'm going to go with the over in this game. That is where I am going to put my monies this week is on the over. You two are both on the lines to cover. I am on the over.
Fair enough.
Next in Sunday football action with the Rams at the Eagles.
The Eagles.
I like the Rams here. I'm gonna jump off the rip. Oh wait, we forgot to say the line. The line
Eagles
is
minus
Eagles
six and a
minus six and a
half.
half over under 44 and a half. I think the Rams win this game. I don't know why. I just feel good about it, so I'm at least going to take the Rams plus the points.
I am on the opposite side of this. Last time these two teams played, Saquon Barkley had 250 yards rushing, and the Rams have not done anything to solidify their defensive efforts. They are traveling to the East Coast, to Philadelphia. Big Dom and all them boys. Give me the Eagles to cover 6.5 in Philadelphia. Jim.
Uh, I like your take, Muff. If I were gun to my head, if I had to pick, I'd probably take the Eagles as well. So I'm leaning that way. I'm thinking about it. Look at Muff
Next.
taking swings. Good job, Muff.
Next, not the nightcap, because this is a 6 o'clock game, if I recall. We have 3 and 6 o'clock games on Sunday. Does that sound right? 3 6:30 or three something like whatever that is.
I think something like that.
Yeah. We have the Ravens at the Bills. Ravens favored by 1.5 over under 51.5. I am on the Ravens. This has nothing to do with the fact that they beat the Steelers. This has to do with the fact that Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, I do not think can be stopped. And the Ravens have enough on the defensive side with Kyle Van Noy in their defensive backfield to slow down the Bills, force some timely turnovers, and hold up Josh Allen. Ravens get the win in Buffalo.
Can't pull myself to. I don't think your logic's unsound. I just can't pull myself to bet on the Ravens. I'm miserable enough with football. I can't make it worse.
Jim.
I think you got a good take. I still don't. I don't like the Ravens either. So I can't bet on that game. But I don't think it's a bad take.
I'm rooting really hard for Josh Allen, so I think it just like isn't fun for me at this point. I suck already. Why make it less fun and be like, wow, I'm rooting for Josh Allen, but I lose money if I root for Josh Allen. So I'm just not doing it.
Alex,
I'm
Alex is phoning the rest of the season in. It almost seems
Yeah,
like.
I'm losing. Last week was my last big like hurrah I think I had within my soul. Now we're just gonna see how this plays out.
Right. And in the college football national championship game, who's this presented by, Jim? Do we know?
I don't know.
Sports stuff with Jim Muff.
Sure. Presented by Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff.
So we're gonna take it down for that. They're gonna be like, excuse me.
Yeah, nah, there's a copyright.
It's in Atlanta, correct?
It is in Atlanta.
What's in Atlanta? Sugar Bowl? No.
I think it's just the national championship, if I'm
It's
not
presented. Yeah,
mistaken.
it's presented by. It's not a bowl. It's presented by somebody though. It's whoever.
AT&T or something like that.
Yeah, whoever put up
I
the
think you're
two
right,
hundred million
honestly.
dollars.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up.
It's whoever
Whoever
conditioned
has the
all
most monies.
and whoever conditioned all those drones in New Jersey. That's who put up the money for this one.
Coco Jones is singing the national anthem.
Who?
Coco Jones,
You didn't say Mike Jones?
Who?
Who?
right?
Who?
It is the national championship game.
Allstate?
Oh, that might be it. It's the Allstate Sugar Bowl, isn't it?
It's
It
Capital
doesn't
One. It's,
say.
it's got to be presented by Capital One, right?
It honestly doesn't say, like on the website, which that seems odd.
Maybe it's just
I kind of feel like it's just the national championship game.
Oh, there's money somewhere. They're just not putting it out there.
Like I think there is it Dr. Pepper?
I
That's the
think
trophy.
That's usually
Capital One,
the
I think, is the college football playoff sponsoring organization. So that may be there may be you may be
Mercedes-Benz.
right. There's all these other other sponsoring organizations that are getting small pieces of it.
Huh. Let's just say
High State versus Notre Dame. High State favored by 8.5. Over under 46.5.
Ohio State.
I need I need you to provide some type of logic, Jim. It could be the worst logic ever, but I need you to give me something.
AT&T is sponsoring the game. Whoever said that first? Kudos to you.
that's
That was
the only thing I've
Alex.
won this week.
Doctor
My one
Dr.
victory.
Pepper.
They need to
Dr.
call.
Pepper has the trophy,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
and Shaw Floors, the official sponsor of
The turf.
I don't know what they have. The presenting sponsor of the national championship is AT&T.
Mhm.
They also provide innovative camera angles. Shaw Floors, the official sponsor of the national championship, also had activation at they have Fan Central. Other sponsors include Allstate, Capital One, Chick-fil-A, Cheez-Its, Gatorade, Goodyear, Mercedes-Benz, Modelo, Ram Trucks, and Taco Bell.
Go
Okay,
Bell.
go ahead. You want my reasoning for Ohio State?
Yes. Like I
I
said, it
think
doesn't even have to be the most sound. You're a fan. I get it.
I think their defense is solid and on a roll. I think that they will they will hold Notre Dame from scoring. I think their offensive weapons will be too much for Notre Dame's defense. Um, I just don't think I think they're better coached than Penn State. I think that's just I think
They,
Penn State should have won.
they need to be better coached than Notre Dame.
Yeah, but I think Penn State didn't have the mentality to stop the momentum, and I just think that that's not going to be a thing in the Ohio State game.
Right. I'm also going to be on Ohio State to cover for these reasons. If Notre Dame, and I know this is probably gonna pain you for me to say that I think this is a key to victory for Ohio State in this one, Jim. If Penn State was able to rush mostly, I'm not gonna say it will, but to dominate the line of scrimmage, um, Notre Dame is going to have, as a defense, a very tough time in this game because if they load the box, that leaves Ohio State's wide receivers in situations where they are in one-on-one matchups, and if they don't load the box, Ohio State's going to be able to absolutely roll over them.
Yeah, smash them in
So,
the face.
right. So I think that Notre Dame's defense, although a very great defense, is in a bit of a pickle because I don't think they're going to be able to key on any one part, any one attack, part of the attack for Ohio
Yeah.
State. And I think it's going to kind of keep them in no man's land, and Ohio State's able to take advantage of that. Uh, at opportune times. I'm not gonna say Ohio State's gonna roll up like 50 some points, but at opportune times on third and 4 or 5, Notre Dame's gonna be caught with what do we do?
Mm, I hope so. I'll leave it at that. Like, I hope so.
Yeah. And Notre Dame's offense, I mean, the only path to a Notre Dame victory, not even a cover, a victory for Notre Dame is intercept a key turnover within Ohio State's 30-yard line and then some combination of two other turnovers on plus side of the field for them. So in Ohio State territory, that could be, a fumbled punt. That could be any and all types of things. I think Notre Dame needs to turn the ball over 3 times at midfield or in plus territory to even have a chance because Notre Dame's offense is not going to be able to move the ball throughout this game. They may put a
I
drive or two together. I just don't think they're going to be able to do it well.
I am a firm believer that Notre Dame's key to victory is Ohio State beating itself with a bullshit targeting kind of thing, bullshit penalties, Like they lose their cool and momentum burns them. Like I am a firm believer that goes there goes the game. I think that like yeah, turnover, but like Will Howard throws an interception, one interception on the 30, like you say. I don't think that does them in. Like he did that to Penn State, he did that to Texas.
That's why I said it needs to be. They're gonna need, Notre Dame's gonna need like three of those.
Right. I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think after that, like after that first one, if we punch a guy or we get a targeting call or Igbinosa starts doing stupid pass interference calls, like it's gonna be a rough quarter until somebody rights the ship again. And that's where I hate Ohio State football. Like that's where my anger goes up and I go silent for a quarter.
Is
And
it?
on a team like Notre Dame, like Marcus Freeman can capitalize on that shit so quick.
Is there anything that you will choose to not keep around you during this game while you're watching?
My children, like I will sit on a whole separate seat.
A whole separate seat or a whole separate like part of the room?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I'll be on a
yes to
whole
both.
area. I have my own spot.
What's the menu for the game? What are we eating?
Nothing.
What are we drinking? Nothing.
Jack Daniels.
Well, I feel like that increases the anger potentials.
No, I'll be fine. I will have one probably in the first quarter, probably one in the third.
And then what if they
And
win?
how the game's
Oh,
going.
if they win, I'm gonna get fucking rocked.
Have you already called off work or intended to call off work on Tuesday?
Yeah, I if they win, I would probably be late to work. It's investment call day, so I gotta run the whole thing, so I can't like just
Disappear.
call off, but I'll be phoning it in that day,
That's
guys.
all right. No, it can take care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That wraps up our best bets.
Oh
What do
wait,
we want to do? Do we want to
wait,
do?
wait.
Wait.
I cannot bet on players here in Ohio. Could you all kindly give me the prop bets for or player bets for a couple things? Jack Sawyer's sacks, if they have that number,
Okay, let me look.
and Jeremiah Smith's uh touchdowns. That would be fantastic.
I was gonna say I don't think his touchdowns will be as high. Like number of touchdowns or for him to score a touchdown, what is
Yeah, you
the
might not be able to get an over under. You might be able to get a yes or no.
Either
uh
just give me
let's
some
see. He is
Jeremiah Smith stats.
he is the best odds to score a touchdown at 130 minus 135.
Okay.
Um Player specials, let's see here. There are actually some player specials.
He's got
So
a first touchdown score, last touchdown score, two plus touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith is plus 440.
Ooh,
Three
ooh.
plus touchdowns plus 2,000.
let's see defense.
I
And I'm not
may.
looking in the app, just so you know.
Oh, I was looking in the app.
I'm looking in the action app, which is accumulating any potential bets across
Mhm.
any state. So
Gotcha. We have some interesting player specials for you. Would be like Will Howard to record 100 plus passing yards in each half, plus 152.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Smith is over under 80 and a half wide or yards receiving,
So let me just
five
ask a
and a half
question.
receptions.
If a friend of yours was to be, I don't know, in Wheeling on Saturday
You can place the bets.
and go, and then the bet would pay me if I was, say, in
Yes.
Columbus.
There's just no cash out. If you're out of the state, you can't cash it out. Like if there's a cash out option in the middle of the game,
Oh yeah, okay, fine. That's
it's just
fine.
you have to ride it out no matter what if you're not in the state in which you place the bet. That's like the only limiting
That's
factor.
totally okay.
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
you could do anything you wanted within the state of West Virginia when you're there.
Excellent. Excellent.
And
The weekend got better.
you could even cross over into Pennsylvania and see if there's anything else if you wanted.
Even better. My weekend got a hell of a lot better. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah. All of
FanDuel.
it. Well, to be determined if you're gonna be that happy about it.
Well, I can't bet on any players here, so
I guess.
I'm already looking good.
All right. Alex, what are we coloring tonight?
I got it.
Don't worry about it.
It's a
He's
Harry
writing down
Potter book.
stats.
Well, I put away my Christmas coloring book and I got back out my Harry Potter coloring book.
I thought you were about to show us the foreign object coloring book.
Oh, no, no, not that one. There is a People of Walmart coloring book I've contemplated getting before, though. I like that one.
It's people of Walmart in what state? I feel like it's
That's true. It does vary by state. It could be better or it could be worse.
I think worse is better in that particular
Right,
situation.
right. All right.
Well, we done hit sticking. We done mobstering. I
I
think
mean, we can do a hit stick, can't we?
we can do a hit stick, but we're not gonna have a mobster to go with it.
I think we got a mobster to go with it too.
What's your mobster?
I think that Rams,
But
No,
must.
I'm on the
Well,
Ravens, but I'm on the
just
Eagles,
because he
buddy.
vetoes it doesn't mean we can't put it in there.
These
I
have
feel
always
like
been
one of
consensus
our
picks.
agreement thing.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. This is why it's tough to do these.
I think the only thing we could do for like the all-star pick would be maybe the Lions. I guess I would consider Ohio State if I had to, but I'm thinking maybe it's just what we got.
Yeah, I mean, last year we only had 19 total games, so we may have cut it off earlier than this this week last year.
I think the hit stick has to go in. We
Why?
all agree on the Lions game.
I didn't say I agreed.
You have the Lions game in
He's
there.
on the over.
I'm on the over.
Oh, so do you think the Lions minus 8.5? Yes, no?
You know, to be honest, between that and Ohio State, I'd rather be on Ohio State, but then you have to get
Okay.
Alex on board.
Alex, Ohio State.
Should make you. That should make you beg.
I just want to know if you want it. I'm not going to beg you.
Well, that's not fun. I,
Then just say no.
I think my if we're talking with my head or my heart, my head says Ohio State would be fine. My heart says no.
All right. So then this is it. The specialty picks are done.
Run their course for the year. So is the hit stick pick going to remain the hit stick pick next year?
Yes.
So
Is
that's always been.
we will remain with that because it has a winning record this year.
Yep.
Let's just where are we at on units with that? 12 and 8. Um, we're plus 2.8 units.
Yay.
Okay.
Again, if we're using minus 110 as the average here. So
Okay.
it was profitable. Now, I can't even get into where the mobster is on units because those plus lines could vary from like plus 120 to plus 200 that we
Yeah.
won. We're gonna have to, if we really figure that out next year, we'll probably have to start keeping track of that.
Okay.
Um, is that something that we want to do overall next year? Actually keep track of units.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
fine.
truly have the odds, which that's an extra layer to tracking, Jim.
For just the risky pick?
No, for all of us.
I mean, I think we should do it for the risky pick.
No, we can do it for everything.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
saying
say I want to do that. I'm saying do it for the risky pick.
I'm saying that that's probably, to be honest, the best tracking for what we do. We should probably keep track of our
I don't want to
units
do
on
that.
list. Why?
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know. What if you do really well? Isn't that when you want to know?
This is the first time I've done really well in 3 years.
And theoretically, you're still down.
Right. So no, I don't want to know.
I will say this, and we need to put this. I need to put this in the notes so it carries on to next year. Next
Uh-huh.
year, I think I sort of said I was going to do this, but I didn't remember it until like week 2 or 3, and by then it was too late.
Uh-huh.
Next year, I'm going to be on the road to, I believe it's 272 games picked. I'm going to pick something in every NFL game.
Holy smokes.
I don't understand.
I'm either
So
going to pick a
in
I'm going to
every
pick either the team with the line, or I'm going to
You're
pick
gonna
the over and
pick
under in every NFL game.
your goal is to pick 272
It's every
picks.
NFL. It is picking every NFL regular season game, which I believe is 272 games.
You want to do that.
Yes.
I'm
All
in.
right.
I'm not saying I'm in personally. I'm saying I'm in to watch you do it.
Right.
Are we
And
still
that,
having our
yeah, we will still
$50?
do. Well, that will be a side. My best bets will still come into this. That will be
You're
a
not making
separate.
sense. So are you doing best bets? 272 best bets.
No, these are separate
All
things,
right.
Jim. These are
All
separate
right.
things. I will still be doing the best bets, and at the end of these episodes, I will also give my best pick for every game,
Okay.
I like it.
and I'll
I'm
track
here
that
for it.
separately. See where it goes.
And you're gonna lay money on all those?
These will be low wagers, but yes, there will be money on all of them.
Okay.
Just gonna say that we're gonna do it, just to say that we did it, because I'm
Okay.
interested in how it's gonna go.
I
Okay.
like it.
Fair
Just like I
enough.
did betting every college basketball game in
I
the
was gonna say
tournament.
I will still be doing that this year. So
Right.
that's
That's crazy, but go ahead.
That is far less games than that 272, Jim.
So but like, I'm good. Just keep trucking. Are we keeping the Midwest Mobster risky pick name?
Um, I feel like that's a question mark. I feel like that we have to workshop that. And if we come up with something better, we'll use it. If
if
not, we'll
something more
keep it.
risky comes along,
Right. We've got time. We've got time to consider more risky things.
Are
we've
we
got
doing
time
the
for
super dog?
That's something you
that.
two have talked about.
I want to
I
do a
I don't have a
super dog.
problem with it.
I'm in with a super dog.
I want to do a super dog next year.
How are you defining a super dog? We need to make sure that
Plus 500 or higher.
you talking about odds, or are we talking about points?
Well, there's not gonna be plus 500 points, Mom.
No, like plus 5 points
Oh,
or
I didn't know that.
greater
Yeah, I don't want to do
means a
like
super dog, or are we going off of the odds? The money line odds have to be plus X
bigger
or
than a
Y.
touchdown.
7 points or more.
7.5.
It has to be 7.5 or larger, or 7 or more.
7.5
And larger.
and larger.
Okay, we got that. The mobster, the risky pick will be TBD, but will remain the mobster if we cannot come up with a riskier option.
I kind of want to replace the mobster with the super dog.
Jim, no, no.
Okay, that's
The
fine.
risky pick is just a money line dog. Super dogs are different.
I understand that. I was wanting to replace what we do.
I would rather keep the regular money line dog and then have the super dog be an extra pick.
All right, then done. Fair enough.
And that is an extra group consensus pick, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have the Buddy Lay parlay.
And that we've already decided on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
we will
glad
have
you're writing this
four
down to hold
special
us
picks.
accountable. Buff's trading this down to hold us accountable.
Yes, we'll have four specialty picks. Three individual special picks plus a parlay.
And then your magical picking every NFL game.
Correct. And then my journey to 272 picks.
So you're gonna have a segment on this episode where you're gonna tell us those picks?
At the end, yeah, after we do all of our stuff, then I will run through my picks with any justification in a quick in a quick off. I'm just gonna go one by one because my commentary is gonna happen as we go through all the games anyway,
Got
right?
it.
So after that, it's just going to be saying, okay, here are my picks.
Okay. Are you going to share that with like the fans?
I'll probably put out a graphic every week of what I'm doing. Yeah,
Okay.
anticipate that. All right.
All
Yeah.
right. I think we have a plan.
That
Yeah.
wraps up this week's episode of Sports Stuff, Betting Stuff. As a reminder, you can follow us on our socials at Sports Gym Off on Instagram,
Hold
Twitter,
on.
Sports Stuff with
I
Jim
have
Buff
one
on
more
Facebook,
question.
on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate,
Hold
review,
on,
click on
Muff. Damn
tickle.
it.
Get
Get
the
the
bell
bell
on.
on.
Ding ding, but let Jim ask his question.
Yeah, that's a
So we
question.
bet. Well, we got two more rounds of NFL.
We have one more round and then the Super Bowl.
Are we doing a betting show for the Super Bowl?
We last year, I'm basing this on what we did last year.
Yep.
Last year we did a episode for the Super Bowl, but we were only picking like prop picks, and they
And
did
it
not
was
count towards our
correct.
records. They were just fun.
It was for funsies.
Yeah.
And then we went dark till March.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So fans, you get two more episodes of the betting show.
Make them count.
Cool. All right.
Make them count. Get all
Get the
that
bell on.
money into your bank account, and hopefully at the end of January, you're going to get a big ol'
Payday.